Hello, everyone. Welcome back to episode 59 of our Minnesota Twins rebuild here on Out of the Park Baseball 27. Last we left off, we continued through the season to what can only be described as average results. And for today, we're going to do a little bit more prospect scouting as we get through the month of June to try to see if there's anyone in the draft that can save us from our slog that we have found ourselves in. At the moment, 56 games in the season. We are a brisk 28 and 28. We are 3.5 games back of the division, 1 game back of the wild card. But in reality, none of this matters until pretty much August and September. If you look at our rankings as a team, we are about exactly where we should be. We are between 5 to 10 in pretty much every offensive stat. Interestingly enough, we're first in base running. I don't know really what that says. But the kind of issues, our runs scored, we're only in ninth, and therefore in war, we're also in ninth. Everything else looking pretty okay. Pitching wise, you'll have to believe me when I tell you it's looked a lot worse than this. Starter ERA is up to 7. At one point, it was 15th. Bullpen ERA is 8th. At one point, I think it was 12th. So those numbers are kind of regressing to the positive mean, as it were. We're the worst defensive team in baseball. 15th in defensive efficiency, zone rating, and errors. 13th, the latter. If you've not watched the last two videos, the reason we're so bad defensively is for two reasons. One, I needed to find a defensive spot for Willie Estrella. Last season, we played him at third base. You can see how that went. This year, we've moved him to first base, where he has been pretty adequate, I would say. But to find him a hole, that means we had to move Luke Keeschel to second, and he is the worst second baseman in all of baseball. So that's kind of that. Also, unfortunately, if I just pull up the fielding stats really quick, look at the zone rating. Caleb Culpepper has officially turned into a bad defensive shortstop. He has 6 errors already on the season, negative 3.3 zone rating. And then we had to shuffle our outfield around a little bit. Walker Jenkins was our starting center fielder to start the year. I have quickly abandoned that, moved him back into left. Gabe Gonzalez, I think what I thought would happen, which is he's a bad defensive left fielder, but he has a really good arm in left. However, due to some injury and switching around, he's back in right field where he will be a little bit better defensively, but his arm will be the worse for it. Edward Lantigua is getting the lion's share of opportunities right now in center field. He's not great at it defensively. However, he's better than a lot of the other guys that were thrown out there. So for offensively, he's had a pretty good season. 6 home runs already. He's got himself a triple. Doesn't really strike out. Walks, as a prospect, he was better at that, but what can you do? So at the moment, he's our center fielder, at least until Jacob McCombs returns from injury in 4 weeks. And then we may have a log jam in the outfield because McCombs wasn't having a great season, but still someone that we'd like to throw out there to see what he can provide. In terms of the pitching staff, Hudson Rowan was our 5th starter to start the year. He has been replaced by Diego Lanzosa, who we acquired in a trade with the Miami Marlins. And 6 starts, not a huge sample, but nothing particularly awe-inspiring. He did just pick 6 almost shutout innings against the Tigers. There was an error in there that lost him a run. But, I mean, at this point, he's 26 years old. He doesn't have a lot of starts in AAA because the Marlins used him as a reliever. But he is going to get a lot of opportunity here down the stretch. Only other thing to note, pitching-wise, Orion Keckering Coming into the season, he's still our closer. However, his ERA is a 6.16, and yeah, it's pretty much kind of explains that. He already has three losses on the season, and I believe two blown saves, which obviously less than ideal. He has nine saves. Landon Gerst already has five, so it's kind of turning into a closer by committee. Gerst is obviously the future closer in waiting. However, I am loyal to Keckering, um, even though he has begun regressing at such a rate that it is kind of terrifying. But hey, what can you do? So that is where things stand. In terms of the draft, which is in about a month, we pick 28th. So, yeah, we're going to be waiting a bit. Looking at the draft pool, let me clear my old filters here. It's not the most inspiring pool any of us have ever seen. There are five players with 80 potential, which that's pretty good. However, there is very few in the 60 to 65 range, which is realistically where our 28th overall selection will come from. And then a decent amount of 55 and 50s, and then you just get into this slog. So we are scouting some guys. The top overall player is Melvin Arizaga out of the University of Nebraska. He's a college senior, so he is signing no matter what, even though he wants 5 million US. I mean, as I stated before, if the when the AI drafts him, if they play him at first base, I'm going to be so sad. He has an infield arm of 70. Put the dude at third. Like, who cares if he can't turn a double play to save his life? He's going to have a cannon. Obviously, won't be there available for us. The player that I like is actually, if I go to the mock draft here, one spot, or was it, yeah, one spot higher than who's mocked to us. Shortstop Josh Blosser out of high school. He has already committed to the University of Michigan, and he wants $9 million to sign. That is an insane amount of money. However, might be worth it. Like, he's going to be good defensively. I don't think he'll stick at shortstop with that range, but second, no problem. Third, no problem. We know the 80 potential gap power is real. Same with the 70 contact, avoid K. The lack of raw power is annoying, but I don't care. He's a really good player. And because he has such a high bonus demand, he could realistically be there for us at 28. However, the slot for our pick is 4.15. So if we do take him, we're going to have to take a lot of college players down the stretch to make up that difference. So that's where I'm at with that. Without further ado, let us get into this series against the Royals. We have a lot of divisional series this month. We just wrapped up a 4-game set against the Tigers where we took 3 out of 4. We got 3 against the Royals, 3 against the Tigers again, and then 3 against the Royals and 3 against the White Sox to close out the month. So the divisional picture will look much different. So without further ado, let's rock and roll. And I have like 3 tired guys. Yeah, so Walker Jenkins is heading to the bench. Same is Luke Keeschel. So Jet Williams is going to get the start at second, which I feel like I'm morally against. Caleb Durbin is going to get the start at second. Yeah, I think Lantigua batting sixth, Holliday 7 is perfectly fine. We got Jared Jones on the mound, and they have Jackson Flora, who, for those who watched my Colorado Rockies series last year, Jackson Flora flamed out very quickly in my save, which was quite annoying. In this save, though, the Royals have moved him to a reliever. He was awesome ish. The ERA was terrible. However, like BABIP was clean. Whip wasn't terrible for a bit. But they moved him back to a starter, and he has been very good. So we'll see how we do against Jackson Flora with a couple backups in there. I'm sure it'll be fine. JoJo Parker already being on second for Bobby Witt is perfectly fine because we got Bobby Witt swinging. I'm not worried. Oh, remember when I said I'm not worried? And then Ricardo hit the ball 400 feet in the air. That'll do. All right, Royals do take the lead. We got some work to do here. All right, Culpepper, Durbin on the corners. Gonzalez hits it to third. They get the double play, so no RBI for Gonzalez. We do get the run early on in the game. I'll take that trade. Jimenez, no luck. No such luck. Lead second. Estrella gets aboard via the error. They give a bad throw to Bobby Witt. Yikes. See, this is why, oh, man. He already has 7. He's on pace for 20 errors this year. Oh, out of the park baseball. Never change. Antigua goes down swinging. Ethan Holliday, who I'll get to in a moment, hits into the fielder's choice. Come on, Eduardo. No. No such luck. All right. Nothing for the Royals in the third or us. Bobby Witt with a solo shot. Who could have seen that coming? Let's see if Gabby Gonzalez can match. Nope. The answer to my question, no. Jimenez flies out. And Estrella grounds out. We're covering all our bases here in Minnesota. Uh-oh. I really hoped Jared could get me 6. And he hits Hasagawa. Fair enough. Double play? Not quite. Though I don't think they're going to run from third there. So I'll take it. Can you get Bobby Witt? He could not, in fact, get Bobby Witt. So that scores 2. And he walked Ricardo. All right. Well, we're going to get, who do I want? Aaron Lumpkins did just pitch, but we're going to throw him out there all the same. Patterson gets it through. Ay, ay, ay. And listen, Jared Jones, he's an upcoming free agent, so we're going to have to decide whether or not we want to extend him. And so far, it is a resounding no. Lumpkins gets the K to end that inning. Well, we're down 7-1. Less than ideal, we must say, but we got Ethan Holliday on second. Eduardo hits it into right. That's going to drop. Should score Ethan easily. Look at us. We will not go quietly into the good night. Beltre, swing and a miss. All right, we might go quietly. Back-to-back Ks ends the fun. All right, Lumpkins did pitch yesterday, so I think if he can get me the 6th, I'm a happy man. He is already at 26 pitches. Thank you, Lantigua. All right, that's it for Lumpkins. We're going to go Aaron Ashby for the 7th. Jimenez with a solo shot. He's up to 12 on the year. Yeah. Estrella popped it up. I mean, we're chipping away, but we are going to run out of innings, which is never fun. Actually, I'll let Lumpkins face Bobby Witt. Then I'll pull him. That's what I get. That's what I get for trying to be cute. Man, I'm sorry, David. I do apologize. Oh, Aaron. All right. He gets 1. Can he get DeLauder? Indeed. Good man. All right. 2 men aboard for Beltre. who hits it right at the second baseman for a double play. Man, brutal. And Aaron Ashby gives up a leadoff double. I mean, Ashby's just going to have to pitch a decent amount in this one. Asagawa caught at the track. I don't really care that Lasco advances because there's 2 outs now. And he got JoJo Parker swinging. Very good, sir. Culpepper and Durbin are aboard for Gonzalez. He hits it deep to center, not deep enough. That will be caught. Jimenez also flies out to left. And Willie flies out to right. Just back to back to back flyouts. Nothing doing there. All right, that'll be it for Ashby. He gave me 2 innings, which is what I needed. Caldara, dude, I mean, you have to get me 3 outs regardless. Oh boy. This scoreline could get ugly, folks. You may want to look away. There we go. Double play. They get the run, but let's be honest, I don't think it would make a huge difference. All right, he gets the louder fly out. All right. We need 6 runs and a dream. We did not get it at all. I mean, Eduardo had 3 hits. Jimenez had the home run, but 15 men left on is pretty bad. Jared Jones got eviscerated. I left Lumpkins in for 1 batter too many. And that's that. We will play game 2 with John Klein on the mound. Holliday and Estrella are tired. All right, so yeah, Keishel will go to second. And then Durbin goes to third. Jet Williams goes to second. That's a pretty clean way of doing that. So Ethan Holliday, who we acquired in the trade with the Rockies, where we sent them Taj Bradley straight up. In this save, I think he progressed a little slowly. He was in AAA for 2.5 years, which I think is a little unrealistic. Colorado especially sends their prospects up pretty quickly, especially because the PCL is a joke when it comes to hitting. But last season in the majors, I think he did pretty well for himself, especially in the slugging department. He had 12 homers in 350 plate appearances, 22 doubles. Very nice work. I think the question I'm going to have to run into is where do I play him? I played him at short for a bit when Kalen Culpepper got hurt. That didn't work very well. Third base, he's been okay, but his range is only a 2.6, which isn't great. And if he is, only a third baseman and Culpepper regresses at short, then we need to figure out a new shortstop somehow. And let me tell you, that's never fun. There we go. Clean inning of work from John Klein. Keishel takes the walk. 2 men aboard. Gonzalez goes down swinging. Jimenez pops it up. Don't worry, Walker. I believe in you. And he hits it up into right. That's going to be off the wall. Curse that. I say this every episode, but it's true. If this wall was shorter, I would have 20 more home runs a year throughout my team. And it's very annoying, as I'm of the opinion that while the dimensions of stadiums should be different, I'd like it if the wall size was kind of uniform. Uh-oh. You got this, John. He did not. Royals take the lead, but Eduardo with a leadoff double. Durbin grounds out to short while occupying the exact same square of space as our runner. which is kind of funny. Jet Williams flies out. Culpepper takes a walk. I mean, Thompson's at what, 46 pitches already through two? So we're getting to him quite a bit. Keishel gets an RBI single. We're tied up. Come on, Gonzalez. Take the walk. Thank you. Bases loaded. The man, the myth, the Jimenez. Hits it up the center, but that's going to be caught. All right. We do a little bit of damage, but we're just trying to get Thompson out of the game at this point. Oh, you got this, John. Antigua was there, right? Indeed, with a diving catch. The Louder hits it to short. The throw in time. Got out of the jam. Very good. Nothing for us in the third or the I was about to say or the fourth, but I don't know that to be certain. Maybe Jet Williams gets aboard. And he does. Miracles, folks. They can happen. How many hits does he have this year? 8. I rest my case. Let's have him steal. Let's be bold. Let's be brave. Because realistically, Jet Williams offers very little for this team if he's not stealing. Culpepper walks. All right. Thompson's up to 80 pitches. He shall walk. All right. Come on, Gabe. Hits it up into center. That is down at the track. This could be a bases clearing double. Heck of a throw in. Never mind. Keishel holds up at third. The correct decision as they go to their bullpen in the fourth with no outs. We love to see it. Jimenez flies out to left. That'll score Luke. I'll take that trade in a heartbeat. Walker flip. I mean, to be fair, Gabe does have 45 speed, and Lasco has a 65 arm, so, you know. But hey, all right, we have a decent lead. John Klein's at 71 pitches, and he's about to be in the red here against Patterson. Gets him to ground out at least. All right, we're going to get Conley early warming up. I'll let him face JoJo Parker, and that's it. All right, he got him to pop up. Again, I think the issue we're running in with John Klein regarding a long-term extension, though he does have 2 years of ARB left, is if he can only get me 5 innings, it needs to be 1 or 0 runs. And it's becoming a lot of 2-run or 3-run and 6 outings. As Durbin gets aboard, let's see if Jet can bring him around. Nope. To the surprise of absolutely no one, he could not. All right, Conley early is going to take over here in the 6th. Oh boy, runners at the corners, 2 outs. Kyle Teal. Wow pitch. All right, he got Kyle Teal, but they do get a run, and Early's pitch count is decent right now. Look at Culpepper getting the board again. Let's go. Keishel into center, down in front. Culpepper holds up, which I'm fine with because there's no outs. He just wanted Gabe to get the RBI, and I respect it. All right, 6-3 ball game. Come on, Sergio. Hits it up. No luck. Down he goes. Yeah, I'll let Walker hit. That's what I get. Yeah, Antigua hits into the fielder's choice. I mean, we got 1 run. You should have got more. Early's getting fatigued. I'm getting fatigued watching my pitching staff. If I may be so bold. All right, he got Lasco. That'll be it for Early. I really wanted him to go longer, but here we are. All right, Craig gets me the 8th clean so that Kekkering's going to get the 9th regardless of if it's a save or not. It is. All right. Otto Kemp, Carter Jensen, Kyle Teal. See if Keckering can get it done. It's Kemp to pop up. Carter Jensen, swing and a miss. And last but not least, Kyle Teal pops it up. Culpepper's there. Ball game. All right. We take game 2. Keckering gets a save. Pretty happy with that. I mean, outside of our top 3 hitters, not great. Sergio Jimenez going 0 for 4 and leaving 8 men on base is particularly grim. But here we are. All right. 3. These are the prospects. Yep. All right. All-Star voting update. American League. Nothing. Zilch. Sergio Jimenez is third. Does that say Gunnar Henderson DH? Good God. Yep. And he's DHing. Wow. Did they DH him last season? No, they played him at short last season, but yeah, he's kind of fallen off there a little bit. Wow. He's getting paid $58 million. Fair enough, sir. Fair enough. So Sergio is third amongst DHs. Reed Detmers is third amongst starters, as he's had a pretty decent season so far. I'm a little worried about the BABIP, but here we are. Here we sit. All right, we're going to sim the finale against the Royals. Rubber match. We take it 11-0. Good God. Salazar got the start over Eduardo, it looks like. Estrella had a triple. Gonzalez had 2 home runs. Shane Baz pitched 7 scoreless. Lumpkins 1 1/3. Correa came in. Oh, wow. Lumpkins has he's probably going to be, his arm might be dead in a bit, but here we are. Yeah, we killed Gausman. Very good. Jenkins went 0 for 5. I don't want to trade Walker Jenkins at the deadline. However, like, unfortunately, I'm running into the fundamental problem with Walker Jenkins if I just look at his career stats list. So 2026 is a wash. He played 50 games. Who cares? He did well. But he's had one great season, and that was 2030. He was worth 5.4 WAR, one of the best outfielders in baseball. And then 27 and 28, I would say were average. 2027 is propped up by his amazing defense. But last year, he wasn't good. Again, his WAR is propped up by defense. This year, his on base is bad, his slugging is bad. He's just not getting me much. And this is the last year of his arbitration. And in terms of the contract that he wants 4 years, $95 million with an opt out after 2 years. I don't love that. I don't know. Much to consider, I would say. All right, we're going up against the Tigers, who are currently 2.5 games up on the division. Oh, good. Diego Lanzusa against Tarek Skubal again. The rematch. All right. Let's do this thing. Everybody, just look away. Man, they got a Rosarain and Kerry Carpenter at first base. Need I say more? All right, so we're going with our lefty killer lineup, which admittedly doesn't have that many lefty killers. We're really good slugging against lefties. It's on base that's the actual issue. Last time Scooble faced us, it was literally his last start. We got 8 hits and 7 runs off of him in 2 innings. So he'll probably pitch 8 scoreless against us. Let's all just prepare for that eventuality. Pepper is on second. Gonzalez pops it up. What the heck? The hideous orange and white combo that makes the Tigers look like creamsicles. Yeah, nothing doing there. All right. Lanzosa, I believe in you. Oh, boy. Kerry Carpenter to pitch run for Max Clark. Those are words that, if they're ever said in real life, will mean the downfall of our organization. Ah. All right. Estrella and Salazar are aboard. Ethan Holliday, swing and a miss. Ethan, I can't ask the question of will you be a superstar? And then you strike out with runners on. Come on, son. Oh, Kerry Carpenter with a solo shot whilst being very tired. He has 1,000 OPS right now, for God's sakes. Quite impressive. And Owen Casey now with a solo home run. You got this, Diego. Ah, I left him in too long. I left him in too long. Runners in scoring position, though, for Estrella, who will K. And Walker Jenkins goes down also. Yep, that's on me, Diego. That's on me. All right, I'll get you a K to end the outing on the high note. All right, they went to their bullpen. Salazar is on second for Holliday. Swing and a miss. There we go. Culpepper gets it down. Salazar should score here pretty easily. No clue why Culpepper doesn't take second in that situation, but it matters not because Keishel struck out anyway. All right. Clean seventh from Woolers. We're going to have Gerst. Now we'll have Caldara. Caldara warm up for the eighth. You got this, buddy. No, boy. At first, I was like, yay, Stower swung at an obvious ball four. But the end result is the same. Rosarena hits it to third. This could be two. Fielder's choice one, and the double play. That's clutch. All right. They're staying lefty. We're going to pinch it for Walker Jenkins with Beltray. Nope, swing and a miss. Lantigua follows suit. Salazar walks. All right, we're going to pinch run for him with Jet Williams. Obviously, go for the steal. Very good. All right. Come on, Ethan, bring him home. Hits it to second, easy out. Yeah, I mean, I left Lenzosa in for too long, which that one's just on me hitting the wrong button, really. But offensively, we had 6 hits and 2 walks. Surprisingly, Tarek Skubal is very good at the game of baseball. All right. Draft combine is complete. Arizaga will also attend. Looks like our shortstop lad will not. All right, there's still a decent amount of players on the task list, so nothing too crazy. All right, Culpepper and Lantigua are getting the day off. So yeah, Beltray goes to center. Holliday slides over to short. Durbin takes third, which I am okay with. We got Reed Detmers on the mound. They have Peyton Palente, who has had a very nice career for himself with the Tigers. All right. I didn't even notice Luke Keisha was hitting leadoff. My mistake. Runners at the corners. Gabe into center. Caught. Luke should score if he has the courage, which he does. All right, come on, Durbin. Or excuse me, Jimenez, who takes the walk. 2 men on. Estrella. Well, that was depressing. There we go. Jenkins and Tite are aboard. Beltray. I do want to give Beltray a decent amount of ABs because I'm having it's a lesser problem than with McCombs, where like Alex Mojica, our top prospect, is in AAA right now in the outfield. And I called him up for a little bit when we had an injury. He didn't do particularly well, but he's going to be a starting corner outfielder for us next season. And that means one of Walker Jenkins, McCombs will have to move. Owen Casey with another solo shot. And now 2 men are on for Joseph Sullivan, who grounds out to second. See, Luke Keisha looks like a crisp second base. Nothing for us in the third. The rain and mist of doom has started. Rosarena hits it into the mist, but no issue. Beltray snags it. All right, Walker's on second. Eduardo K's looking. Will they swing the bat? See, like Beltray. Be more like Beltray. Kyle Stower's RBI double. All right, we get Sullivan at least. Nothing for us in the fifth or for them. Detmers is on 92 pitches. It's fine. Ooh, 2 men aboard. Eduardo hits it into center. That'll drop. Should score 1. Put runners at first and second. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna pinch hit. Actually, no, I'm not, because I want Lantigua to get a whole day off because he's also slumping. Beltray deep to left. Gone, the backup outfielder. Look at our boy, Eduardo Beltray. Very little bat to speak of, but by God, he can hit a homer every once in a while. That's awesome. Good for him. All right. Let's see if we can keep their bullpen working with Luke Keishel here. Yep, took the walk. Durbin popped it up. All right. Bottom of the sixth. I think here is my genius plan as I get Aaron Ashby warming up. I'm going to have Detmers face Casey and an injured Dylan Dingler. Then that'll be it. All right, he strikes out Casey. Let him face Dingler. Very good. Do I want him to go for 6 innings against McGonigal? Sure. This has never backfired before. Nope, he got him. All right. Pretty good outing from our ace. Got roughed up a bit in the early innings, but definitely settled down. Who had the error, by the way? Durbin at third. Man, you're not hitting well enough to have those errors. I'm just saying. All right, Ashby for the 7th. Oh, boy. 2 men aboard. Amador walked him. Okay. New plan. I'm not even going to mess around. We're just going to go right to Landon Gerst face Christian Perez. Give me a double play. He chops it to third, and that is unfortunately the animation where everyone is safe. Rosarena, swing and a miss. That's huge. Casey, who's hit 3 home runs this series. Cool, popped up. We're okay. Why did Luke Keeschel make poor Eduardo Tate run 60 feet for that ball? All right, anything for us in the 8th? Eduardo is on second. Beltre strikes out. And Keeschel follows suit. All right, we're going to make a defensive sub. Chet Williams for Keeschel. And then see if Gerst can give us the 8th. Good man. I'll get both Keckering and Correa warming up. In case it's no longer a save situation. Durbin grounds out. Abe also grounds out to first. Let's see if we can go 3 for 3 here. Sergio takes the walk. Yeah, Strella struck out. All right. Keckering is on for the save. Joseph Sullivan, Marquez Smith, and Adele Amador. Trouble as Sullivan is on second. Amador hits it up the middle. Why we weren't shifted there, who can say? All right, he got Perez swinging. Here's a Rosarena. Walked him. Bases loaded. Owen Casey pops it up. Jet Williams is there. Got him. We take game 2, 5-3. Little scary at the end. Keckering having to throw 32 pitches is not where I want to be in my life, but Detmers did really well. The error obviously sucked. Like, his pitch count wasn't that bad. Like, he averaged 4 pitches a batter faced, which is beautiful. Yeah, Estrella went 0 for 4 with 2 Ks. Durbin went 1 for 5. Gabe went 0 for 4. Like, we didn't get that good production from our main men. All right, Wyland Moss is eligible to come off the IL. Hi, buddy. Dude, I'm so mad. Like when we drafted him, because we drafted him, what draft was he? 2027. So that would have been working off of this scouting report. Yeah, and since then, I mean, even his control potential has improved so much. It's just his stuff falling off a cliff. Oh yeah, that's fine. So we'll put him on the 40 man and then move him to AAA. Where are we at with the 40 man? 38. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, we're gonna sim the finale with Jared Jones on the mound. I believe the game got suspended, which is bad because last season a suspended game more or less. When's it going to be finished? Right here. Oh yeah, and I can't see necessarily if it's. Well, that happened. I mean, did they play it? Yeah, so they played it. Jared Jones went 1 inning, gave up 2 runs, and I guess we were leading 7-6 when they suspended the game. Neat. So yeah, for those that didn't watch that particular episode, so what essentially happened is there's a glitch in this game, which may have been fixed because there's been a couple updates since then, where if a game is suspended and you then try to play it, there's a glitch where I'm essentially seeing that like play screen, everything's happening, all the plays. However, the AI is still essentially doing everything. Like you have no control over substitutions or bullpen or anything like that. It's a very annoying glitch. All right, we're gonna sim game one against the Marlins with John Klein on the mound. We lose it 2-4. Not great. John Klein, see, like that's my problem with extending Klein is he's given me 6 innings once in the last 10. He's given me 7 and another time, but then it's like 4 and something, and he usually gives up 2 runs. This time he only went 4 innings. It is a concern of mine. So I'd like to extend him to keep him because I think he's a good pitcher. I just need him to go longer. Conley early also gave up 2 runs. He's looking decently shaky this season. I mean, it's the walks. He's up to 4.6 walks per nine. That part's a little scary. Culpepper had his 4th home run, which we like to see. We do indeed. And listen, Culpepper's a fan fave. That's another reason why we signed him to the extension. So he's here until the end. All right. Shane Baz on the mound for game 2. So Antigua's still cold. No, he's coming off a couple. Now it's going to say this weird 9-2 silliness. I hate how it formats that. I really do. I'm going to give Ethan Holliday the day off. Durbin can take over at third. Estrella's doing okay. I think guys like Estrella and Jimenez, even if they have cold slumps, I think I just play them. Like, they're young. They're our best guys. Get it done. Starlin Nunez. What a defensive beauty. All right. Culpepper's on second for Keishel. Hits it to short. Ground out, but it moves Culpepper. I'll take that because now if Gonzalez hits a sac fly, we're on the board. If he strikes out, however, then, the math changes a little bit. Ay, 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 ay. You got this, Shane. Nope. 2-0 hole early. Uh-oh. Did their starter get hurt? Luis! Oh, they're using him as an opener. You rats. Yeah, so we traded. That was the oh, the Phillies waived him. Marlins picked him up. What was the timeline on that? Yeah, we traded him at the end of November, along with another prospect, Trenton Parrish, to get Durbin. Yeah, and then the Phillies waived him around opening day. And he's here in Miami, and I guess they're using him as a little opener situation, which, fair enough. All right, clean second. The aforementioned Durbin on second, and he swings and a miss. And no. For a second, I was like, maybe he beats that out. And then I remembered he has no speed. All right. 2-men aboard. Eduardo hits it to short. Diving snag by De La Cruz. Rude. Irvin's on second again. Luke Keishel gets it past the first baseman. That ball skipped like a stone across the river. That was hilarious. All right. Well, good news is we're on the board. Gonzalez takes the walk. Come on, Sergio. hits it up to the catcher. He's safe. What? Based on the animation, Gabe was so safe, wasn't even funny. And Estrella grounds out to end the inning. I feel like, though, if there's only one out on that play, he just goes to home and gets Durbin. So that's fine. All right, clean fifth from Shane. He has that 94 pitches, so that's probably going to be him done. We'll get Correa warming up. I'll let him face Caglione. And he walked him. All right. Correa, I believe in you. See? Culpepper's on second. Keishel grounds out to third. Gabe with his exactly 300 batting average. Swing and a miss. Yeah, Correa's starting to struggle here. Can he get Valencia? Indeed. Nothing for us in the eighth. All right, Caldara will take over. Clean inning of work. All right. They're going righty. Yeah, Lantigua's going to hit. Kait's going to hit, and then I'll pinch it for Durbin if they're staying righty. Rough line out there. Wardo grounds out. All right. We're going to pinch it for Durbin with Ethan Holliday. Hits it up into center and down. All right. The tying run is on first. Kalen Culpepper. Swing and a miss. Dang. Losing 2-1 is my least favorite score in baseball to lose to. I mean, Shane didn't do bad, but they just took us there. I mean, Gonzalez, Jimenez, and Estrella combined to go 0 for 11 with one walk and 5 Ks. So there you go. Like our best hitters are very inconsistent. All right, All-Star voting update. Still no hitters, and Jimenez dropped from DH. Detmers is still third. All right. Looks like all the prospect scouting is done. So now I think let's look at the guys who are between 50 and 60 potential. How many players is that? 37. Perfect. All right. Finale against the Marlins. Lanzosa on the mound. I am gonna give. I'm gonna give Sergio a day off. Keishel can go to DH. Everyone will essentially move up one space, and then Jet Williams can bat second. Do I want to give Gonzalez a day off? Nah, let's let him hit. All right, here we go. Nothing in the first. Estrella on second. Walker struck out. This guy. I haven't looked at his K rate as much this season. Really to see where it's at. Guardo pops up. We have a man on second. No outs. We cannot score. You got this, Diego. Uh-oh. This one could get bad. Zach Earhart hits it to second. Jet is there. Double play. Thank you. Thank you. Nothing in the fourth. Oh boy. Don't walk him. All right. We need another double play. Jose Madrigal hits it up into left. Yeah, that's deep enough. All right. Marlins are indeed on the board, and Diego is already at 76 pitches. Does get the out there to end the inning. There we go. Eduardo Tait with a 2-run shot. Very happy with that. I think, again, like, Eduardo's going to be a good catcher for us, but the problem we're going to run into is he essentially lost a whole year last season. And so he's not going to be ARB eligible for much longer. So we're going to have to pay the man fairly handsomely. Jet gets it down. He's 2 for 2 on the day. He's going for the triple. He's a brave man, and he gets it done. All right, so he's got a single and a triple. Put him on cycle watch. Kalen Culpepper walks. I'm not going to go for the steal. Deep into right, down in front. Luke Keeschel with the RBI single. Where's it? The corners. Gabe. It's at the third. This might be a double play. Nope. They just get the run. Very good. We're up 4-1. Oh, and they went lefty. All right. Good thing Gabe hit Estrella deep to right and to go. Where was this offense the entire rest of the series? I ask you. As Walker strikes out. Oh, boy. I think, unfortunately, we're kind of in a catch-22 because Lanzosa needs innings because of his age, but also because the fact that his development got screwed over by the Marlins. Like, he's not ready to be a starter. Thank you very much, Eduardo Tait, with his second home run of the day. That'll play. Holliday K's. All right, Jet Williams, he's on cycle watch. He hits it deep to left and gone. His second home run of the season. All Jet Williams needs is a double to complete the cycle as they go Victor Vodnik. Didn't he get traded to the Marlins in real life at the deadline? Or did he go to the Rays? He was the Marlins. Look at that. It's kind of funny. We can all laugh and admit that's kind of funny. And Luke Keeschel strikes out because of course he does. All right. That will be it for Lanzusa. Pretty decent start from him. He did allow 5 walks and only 1 K as Lumpkins gives up runs. We'll pinch it for Gonzalez here with Beltre. Hitting 0-0-0 in a pinch hit roll. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And Strella lines out. Walker walks. And Lantigua Ks. Alrighty. Beltre will take over in right. Oh, David. He didn't walk Brannigan, which was what I was mainly concerned about. I'll let him face Valencia, and that'll be it. Hits him to fly out, but that'll score the 3rd run. Yeah, Lumpkin's ERA is nearly doubled in 3 weeks, I think. Yeah, just about. because he allowed 2 against the Rangers, 1 against the Dodgers, 1 against the Royals, and then 3 runs in the past 2 outings. So I think that's just kind of where we're at with him. I'll pinch it for Eduardo here with Salazar. Swing and a miss. Ethan Holliday takes the walk. All right, here we go. Jet Williams is on cycle watch. He has a single, a triple, and a home run. He is missing the double. And unfortunately, he is hit into a double play by our former player, Luis Rajano, which is kind of funny. All right. Yeah, Salazar will take over at catcher, obviously. Ashby gets through that inning clean. Who I want for the ninth? I don't really want to use Keckering, but if I don't, we do have a day off after. I'll use Keckering. Why not? Nothing for us in the ninth. All right, buddy, you got a 6-run cushion. Earhard hits it to third. Holiday's there. Got him. All right. We take the finale at least 9-3. Really happy with our offense. I'm glad that Beltre got 2 ABs off the bench. Jet Williams nearly had a cycle. Very close. That increased his average by 50 points, his on base by 30, and his slugging by 140. That's hilarious. All right, we'll sim through our off day. Very good, very good. All right, so I like to do this at least once a month. We'll do it here. I'm just going to sim this whole series against the Nationals. Come what may. We take game 1, 2-0. Only 5 hits on the day. 2 of them were from Culpepper. Reed Detmers, 6 2/3 scoreless. Aaron Ashby pitches again. We're getting his ERA back down. Okay. Oh boy, I'm trying. All right, I'm trying. And then Keckering gets the save. Quite happy with that. The Tigers struck out 12, or excuse me, the Nationals struck out 12 times. Yeah, and they still have James Wood. Wow. He's at age 29 and he's already regressing. That's crazy. I clicked pitching stats by accident. And the AI tried him at center and it went terribly. So that hurt some of his numbers, I'm sure. Oh, hey, Detmers. Surprised to see you like to play again next season. So Detmers wants to stay. I would love to keep him. How much does he want? All right. All right. All right, Reed. Let's. So, because here's the problem. So we acquired him at the deadline last season in the trade with the Mariners. That in exchange for Alfredo Nava, who was our, I think, 4th or 5th prospect, which I still think is a win for us. Like, don't get me wrong, I think Nava's going to be a really good reliever, but you have to get that control going. And Reed Detmers, like, he took the ERA crown, the home run crown, and the WAR crown last year, so that'll play. I would love to keep Detmers. He's going to be 33, is my chief concern. I think if you look at his percentiles, there's a lot to like. However, his off-speed run value, which would be his changeup, I believe, because I think curveball is breaking. Same with slider. So his changeup is bad. So he's down to essentially 2 elite pitches, his fastball and his slider, 1 above average pitch in his curve. His velo is down to a 94. I mean, I'd like to keep him. I don't want to give him 5 years. But the problem is, if he goes to free agency, I'm not going to get him. And I'll have less money available because the way that the Polands have worked in this game as owners is they give me all the money in the free world for extensions. But when it comes to free agency, I get literal pennies. I think I got what, like 10 million one year? That was kind of funny. So I think the max I would want to do would be three because he's probably got one great year left, and then regression is likely going to start around here. So let's say if I pay him 44, 40, 42, 40, and 36. That's so high. What if I do 40, 40, 40, 36? He wants a higher team option. I mean, if you want a higher team option, then we gotta come down, buddy. Like I'll up the buyout to 4 million, but the other money has to come down. Yeah, okay, that angered him. Uh let's do 3.6 on the buyout. Get 3,750. 40, 38, 36. I can't see like the other issue with this is like if I do this extension with this money, I have a little less than 30 million left in extensions. Although I think I'm okay with that. 42, 40, 40. He wants 4 million buyout. Done. You read. All right, we'll come back. We will come back. All right, game two against the Nats. We lose 1-2. God, our offense. Klein pitches well, but again, he only goes four and a third. Conley early gives up a run again. Gerst, two scoreless. Look at our future closer putting in work. Only 3 hits on the day. Not great. Quite sad. Sim the finale. All right, we win at 5-2. Keishel hits his fifth homer of the year. He had 3 hits. That's good because he was slumping. I mean, he is slumping, to be fair. And Keishel's another one where, like, he's halfway through the 8-year extension we gave him. He's going to make 20 next season, then 18. And defensively, I have nowhere to put him. He is officially down to a 50 control, or excuse me, 50 overall, 50 potential. So I don't really want to move him, but I think we're kind of getting to that point. All right. Let's go back to Detmers for a second. Hi, Reed. So 4 years I'm not doing. We're gonna do three. I think because I think he'll do three if I make the money good. So I'll give him the 44 to open. Then it drops to 42, then 38. What say you? He really wants that fourth year. I could do a player option after year three or before year three. I could do that, though I don't really see a world where he takes that player option. So really, I should reverse this. So team option before year three, player option for year four. This can be 44, 44. This drops to 42, all the way down to 40. This means I get Reed for at least 2 more years. It's going to be really expensive to do it. Then, if he's regressing a lot, I can pay him 4 million, let him walk, or he stays for 1 more year. Then we're kind of locked in. He wants 4.2 on the buyout. Fine. Dog, you got to work with me here. You're going to be 36. This is going to be like 50% of the stream. You need everyone to prepare yourselves for that. I'll reverse it. I don't like it, but I'm going to. He wanted what, 4.2? Great. If you win the Cy Young, I will personally write you a check for $2 million. All right, 44, 44, 42, 42. Player option before year three, so if he's still doing well, he wants out, he can. We get a team option before year four. Done. All right. I think like 4 years, 172 is a very big number. However, the way we're set up financially, like we have the money for those extensions. Because realistically, right, we have 10 pending free agents, Detmers being one of them. Keckering, we're not extending. Hidalgo, we're not extending. Walker Jenkins is a maybe. Gomez, probably not extending. Detmers, we're not. Jared Jones, probably not. Durbin, no. Albertus, no. Aaron Ashby, no. Also, Albertus has a 623 slugging in AAA, by the way. Look at our boy. Look at my boy. All right. I think that might be a bit of an overpay. However, I would rather overpay to keep Detmers. Like, even if of that 4 year deal, like 2 years of it are really good, then that's still a win because the third year, assuming he opts in, like, I can live with it. And that helps protect us since Jared Jones is likely gone after this year anyway. All right, that's where we're at. Okay, we're in a sim game one against the Padres. Wait a minute. Who started this game? Shane, and he got hurt. AI also pulled Keckering, which is kind of funny. Shane started this game. Who started this one? Klein. And this one was Demers. Why did it skipped Jared Jones? Because now Detmers can't go. All right, let's reorder this for my own sanity. So Mendoza can go here. That goes there. All right, that's the new order. Cool. All right, we're in a sim game one with Lanzos on the mound. Oh, good news is we won the game in 13 frickin' innings. Goodness gracious. Gabe Gonzalez hit a walk-off two-run homer. Fair enough. Walker Jenkins hit a home run. Sergio also. Woolers got popped. Juan Craig got hurt. He's out for a week. Yeah, he has to go on the IL. Well, I'll advance the day and see if it goes down. Then Ashby locks in. What a game that was, huh? Cooper Pratt had 5 hits. Shh, it's fine. Correa still says a week. All right, so Correa is going on the 15-day IL. In terms of which reliever comes up, it's either Yandre or Nazir. Nazir, I think, unfortunately, is more or less just fallen out of standing. I think we're going to get Yandre back. He's also at 100%. He hasn't pitched in a week, so if I need to throw him to the Wolves for a game, I can. Where are we at in the prospect list? All done. Sweet. Okay. So let's just take a moment really quick. So for all the prospects with 50 potential, I have a very high accuracy on nearly all of them, which is good. I think I want a fresh scout then on the ones that are still just high. And now I think we continue our search for the almost did between 45 and 45. That would have been funny if it just broke the system. Yeah, I think now we continue our last sort of search for those depth guys that could become something. All right, well, our bullpen is in tatters. Game two, Jared Jones. Eduardo gets the day off. That is perfectly fine. Uh, I'd like Lantigua to get ABs while McCombs is out. I'm gonna give Walker the day off. Beltre can come in and take left. Everything else is fine. All right, Jared Jones on the mound. Clean as a whistle against Harry Eischen. Holy mackerel. He was their first round draft pick in 2029. He was made the opening day roster, looks like, or very close to it in 2030 and has never really looked back. Well, heck. Fair enough. They're ace, and I'm rolling out Jared frickin' Jones. Oh, it's fine. Uh oh. You got scared. See, never to doubt. Salazar is on second. Culpepper hits it back up the middle. Does not help me. Keishel gets it down. Very good, sir. Runners at the corners. Gabe hits it into center. That's down. 2 for 2 on the day. And we have the lead. Very good, sir. Wasted throw there by the center fielder because Gabe took second. And Jimenez gets it down. That'll play. Both runs score. 3-0 ball game. Estrella deep into left and gone. 2-run shot for our first baseman extraordinaire. Look at our boy. He's 20. For the record, he just turned 22. I cannot stress enough how awesome that dude is. Lantigua gets it down. We're also getting the pitch count up there a little bit. The man's at 45, which to be fair ain't bad, but we're still teeing off. Beltre gets it down. Good for him. And Salazar strikes out. But you know what? We scored 5. All right. Culpepper is aboard again. Keishel K's. Gabe walks. What's his walk percentage this year? 56. Not too shabby. Sergio strikes out. All right. Jared, if you could give me the 5th and the 6th. Oh, boy. Xander Bogaerts. How old is 39 years young? They gave him a 1-year contract extension because the AI loves to do that. Bet they're regretting that right about now. Manny Machado hits it into left. Caught by Beltre. Look at Jared Jones. Look at our boy. So proud of him. And a clean 6. Perfect. That is all I need. Because now Yandre is just going to have to eat a couple innings. Welcome back to the show. Good luck. 6 scoreless innings, 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Yandre now for the 7th. Yandre, so help me. You already got the K. Julien. That might be one of my least favorite animations in the game, where it just has like the outfielder slowly walking toward the ball. Like, I kind of get what it's showing. It's like he has no chance to get it, so he's playing it on the hop, but also looks a little silly. Machado flies out. All right. Yeah, I think we'll just play this straight. Solo shot from Lantigua. He's up to 8 home runs on the year. I think if Edward Lantigua can be at least he's not even a passable or below average center fielder. Like, I have too many corner outfielders is my problem. Beltre walks. That looked like it hit him and bounced back into the catcher's glove. Salazar struck out again. Salazar has a very, very legitimate strikeout problem. Yandre, I do not care that you are getting fatigued. You are here to eat innings for 2 weeks. Very good. All right. Ashby for the 9th, then nothing doing in the 8th. All right. Ashby will come in. I am also going to have Jet Williams take over at second for Keishel. You got this, Aaron. Immediately gives up a solo home run to Jackson Merrill, but besides that, it was fine. All right, pretty good win, 6-2. Jared Jones did very well. Yandre, listen, we'll always have those 2 years where he was dynamite, but now slightly less so. All-Star voting update. I doubt anything has changed. Nope. Still exact same, only Detmers. Annoyingly, like Aaron Judge being a first baseman now has destroyed any hope that like Estrella will ever have of being an all-star. Kerry Carpenter similarly, though he's just having like a biblical 2-year run. And Matt Burnett is the very good hitter there. Hypothetically, Padres, if I wanted Harry Isham, do I have anything you'd want for him? No. Well, worth the shot. Worth the shot. All right. They got Cade Cavalli on the mound. I have Reed Detmers. Good luck to them. Luke Keishel's getting the day off. I think I want Durbin playing over Jet. Ethan Holliday is at 97%. I'll rest both of them. Durbin will take third. Jet Williams will take second. Gabe's a little hot, so I don't really want to sit him. And then Lantigue was essentially, I want him to play every day until McCombs gets back. Because at that point, I'm going to have a pretty tough decision to make. Clean as a whistle. Durbin on second. Gabe grounds out. Jimenez deep to left. Down at the track. I don't know how that didn't get caught. It looked like it was going to be. But I won't complain. We're on the board. And Estrella pops it up. Fair play. Nothing. Oh. Sanford. Wyatt Sanford? Indeed. Yeesh. Yeah, the Padres, like, man, if you thought they were old now. Culpepper's on second for Gabe. Hits it up into left. Caught at the track. The Padres are always one of those teams that I think about rebuilding, and then I actually take a look, and I'm like, this just feels miserable. Bulk? I beg your pardon. So I think part of the problem you run into with doing a Padres rebuild is one, just sorting everything out from a defensive perspective, but two, you have guys that are getting paid so much money. It's almost a good thing that you don't have a great prospect pool because you don't need to worry about finding places for the kids to play because they just don't have it. Runners at the corners. Eduardo in the left, down in front. Very good, very good. We take the lead. All right, Jet, you almost hit a cycle last time you got to start. Walks here. Was that the last time I started him? Yes. God, he really, he does not have a purpose on this team. Culpepper grounds out. All right. We get our run. Detmers is at 55 pitches. Oh, boy. He didn't walk Sanford, which is beautiful. It's a very low bar, I admit. Pratt hits it up the middle. Got him. All right, Fernando Tatis. Swing and a miss. We're okay. We are A-okay. Durbin struck out on 3 pitches. Remember when he was our opening day third baseman? Remember when I made that decision? God, his slugging is lower than his. Like, look at this. What do you want me to do with this? The man has a 301 slugging for crying out loud. Ay, ay, ay. The problem is, I don't think I'll be able to trade him because he's making enough money where teams will be like, eh. Sergio gets it down. He wants to go back in that DH All Star pool. Estrella deep to center. Once again off the wall. If that dang top wall, specifically in right center, if this were seats or just empty space, we'd have so many more home runs. But alas. All right, Reed, can you give me the sixth? Ah, that was too ambitious. However, look at the state of my bullpen. You got this, Reed. Good man. Nothing for us in the third. All right, I think I might. I'm going to let Detmers face Bogarts because he's 90 years old. I already got him. He also only needed 2 pitches to do it. I'm going to make poor Detmers go long. Well, that's the end of that idea. As Sanford gets a double. All right, we're going to go Connolly early. If he can get 2 quick outs and he can get me the eighth, I think we'll be okay as a bullpen. But if I have to use Lumpkins also, we're in trouble. All right, there we go. 2 quick outs. Nothing doing. Nothing for us in the seventh. So Connolly, dude. This guy wants to get paid $18 million to be our long-ish reliever. And this is what he's doing to me. Come on, buddy, get Salas. And he does. Whew. All right. Keckering is going to have to get the ninth. I don't really have alternative options. Estrella locks. Hey, insurance runs would be lovely. Well, Estrella has hurt his leg. How bad is the injury? Strained hammy 3 weeks. Hmm. I'll figure out what I want to do about that after this game. All right, ground out there. Eduardo hits it short. Down he goes. Okay. So defensively, it's a pretty simple fix. Luke Keishel's just going to come in and play first. I don't love doing that when he's tired, but here we are. All right. Um. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Keckering, buddy. I believe in you. 40-year-old Xander Bogarts is up first. Hits it to third. Durbin, easily done. Wyatt Sanford, who is almost on cycle watch, but he strikes out. Edouard Julien, the pinch hitter. Don't walk him. I mean, he didn't. Like, I can't be mad. Tatis with a chance. It's a short. Culpepper got him. All right. Good news is we won the nail biter. Bad news is Estrella's going to have a day-to-day injury for a bit. I'm going to advance the 2 days to see if it switches to 2 to 3. Oh yeah, I'm still looking at fielding stats from before. Okay, it's down to 2 weeks. I think I'm going to play him through it because it's not like he's a steal threat anyway. But if it becomes a worse hamstring injury, we're in a bit of trouble. His on base is down to 306. Like that is worrisome, but he's had a better June on base wise than the 2 months prior. So I might platoon him a little bit. Mojica wins Player of the Week in AAA. He went 10 for 27, 5 runs, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I think he's definitely ready for the majors ish. My problem is just defensively, I have nowhere to put him because the AI annoyingly has made him the center fielder, despite the fact that we have. Where's my boy? Where's my boy? There we go. We have Eric Booth there, who I was tempted to call up to AAA just so they played him at center, but no such luck. McCombs gets back in a week, and we're going to have some tough decisions to make. I mean, the easy solution is we just send Beltre back down AAA and move like Lantigua to a backup role or platoon him and McCombs at center. I don't know how much that really gets me though. All right, so while Estrella is going through this injury, we're going to platoon him a little bit. I'm going to give him a rest every third game. And that also means Jet Williams will get a little bit of run here. Okay. So overall, I think it's been a pretty good month. Losing 2 out of 3 to the Marlins was shaky, but overall pretty good. The sweep of the Padres is awesome. We're now second in the division. The Tigers have completely fallen off a cliff. Like they dropped all the way down to fourth, which we like to see. All right, let's play. Is Shane Paul's going to be ready for his start? Yes, okay. All right, we're going to play game one with John Klein on the mound. I'll give Estrella the day off. And then, yeah, Durbin can take second. I'm just going to move everybody up one. Yeah, I think I'll build in some off days for Estrella here. Just so his hamstring doesn't completely tear and then he's out for a month and a half. Well, leadoff home run from the Rays. Fine. Fair enough. In their dome. Imagine playing baseball in a building like a dome. Silliness. Culpepper gets a ball. He hit the ball so well. They ruled that an infield hit. I mean, sure, I'll take it for the purposes of Culpepper's stats, but that is not a hit. Keishel gets aboard. RBI single. Very good, very good, very good. I'll take that. We get the run. It gets Keishel into second. Jimenez deep enough? Nope. Fly out on the track. All right, John, you got this. See, we're okay. Oh. Caminero's on second. I'm not worried at all. Very good. Can you get Zach Veen? Nope. That should score Caminero. Indeed. Tie ball game. Zach Veen. Oh wow, the Rockies let him walk as a minor league free agent. They just never gave him playing time. You can do a lot worse than Zach Veen as your fourth outfielder. I mean, heck, that's what I did for like 3 years. My Rockies rebuilt. I think he was a starter for 2, and then about Brooks Lee's still playing for the Rays, man. He's still going. We traded him back in 2027, and he's still rolling for them. Oh God, defensively at second, he has fallen. Yikes. He's got 1 year left on his extension, too. Well, good luck with that, lads. 2 men aboard. Gabe. You know what? At least he didn't strike out on 3 pitches. Hit the dang ball. All right, John, can you give me the fifth? Good man. All right. Good news is the off day got us our bullpen decently healthy again. So I'm just going to pull him. He did okay. But again, if all you can get me in like 90% of your outings is 5 innings, I need 1 run or less. And it's just not happening. This is the most quiet game ever. I think we'll go Gerst in the 8th regardless. And then we'll make the decision for the 9th. There we go. Gonzalez. Never mind. I thought that was going to land. It did not. Because they have a offensive rating of 70 in center. Fair play. All right. Lumpkins did well. 2 innings scoreless. We'll go to Gerst. Clean inning. How many pitches did he need? 16. Think we'll get both Keckering and Aaron Ashby warming up for the 9th. Walker swung at a pitch in the opposite batter's box. Antigua gets it down. This should be extra bases. Indeed it is. All right, go ahead, run. On second, Eduardo. He has some pop this year. He hits it up into right. That'll be caught. Should move Lantigua. It does. Do I want Ethan Holliday to hit here? I think I do. I lied. All right, Estrella's gonna pinch hit because ideally I'd have Estrella pinch hit for Durbin, but they walked him anyway. The illusion of choice. All right, Durbin. Struck out. Yeah, unfortunate. I didn't think they'd walk him. All right, so Keishel. It's not going to get back to Estrella. Yeah, Durbin will go to third. Jet Williams will take over at second. That also keeps me pretty good defensively. All right, so Gerst is going to face Caminero, and then Ashby will face the next 2 batters. That is my genius plan. May it succeed. All right, Ashby for Joe Mack. Got him swinging. Lucan Baker, the pinch hitter, walked him. Again, the animation there makes it look like it hit Baker and then went into the glove. Got him. All right, good work from Ashby. We go to 10. Durbin is our pinch runner. He's not particularly quick, but I'm not going to steal from that spot anyway. Culpepper flies out. Keishel K's. Gabe Gonzalez hits it into left. That will land. The throw is not in time. Durbin has scored. Keckering can warm up. The menace struck. God, he is. How's his June split? Yeah, his on base is dead. I think that's why we're struggling the way we are offensively. Is slugging wise we're doing okay, but it's the on base where like Estrella and Jimenez are struggling. Stephen Kwan, better or worse against lefties this year? You are nearly identical. I'll let Ashby face him. And he walked him. All right. Fair enough. Keckering, buddy. Good luck against your old teammate Brooks Lee. If that ball would have left the park, the words I would have said. Ponce hits it into left. That'll be caught. All right. Jacob Melton. Oh, he's a fun player. I had him in my Rockies rebuild for a bit. Hits it to second. Jet takes the takes the more difficult option to get the fielder's choice, but we get the win 3-2. Very good work. Ashby getting the win there is a little funny. Yeah, pretty good from the bullpen. Yeah, I think I'm in the camp where John Klein has 2 years left of arbitration. I think we just pay him ARB next year. And if he can go deeper into games, I think we extend him. But at this point, like, I don't know. I think if he's our fifth starter, we're doing okay. However, right now he's like our third, really, depending on if you think Shane Boz is better. Speaking of which, we are going to also Reed Detmers has not signed his extension yet. We offered it like a week and a half ago. A little, a little concerning that. All right, we'll play game two with Shane Boz on the mound against Brant Herter. I am gonna give. I'll give Keithville the day off. Have Jet Williams take second. All right, here we go. You got this, Shane. Nope, they scored three, and they scored another. Hey, remember when I said, depending on your opinion of Shane Boz? God, the Rays are torching him today. 5-0 ball game. He gets Joe Mack, but man alive. All right, Culpepper's on second for Holliday, who promptly is like, you know what? I've had enough of this. Clean inning. Come on, man. Oh boy, prepare thyselves for a bullpen game, folks. Good tag there. Can he get Caminero? Indeed, he can. All right, that'll be it for Shane, obviously. And we're going to need a lot of innings from Conley early. Hey, look at Lantigua with a home run. All right, Conley, I'm going to be honest. I need 2 innings. You just get the outs. Good Lord. I listen. It's not that I'm looking for a reason to stop paying Conley early, upwards of $10 million, but man, his stuff has just died. Yep, that'll be it. 1 2/3 innings from our star long reliever. Vullers, get it done. Already got Joe Mac. There we go. 2 men on. Walker, that's going to get caught. Should score Jimenez. We're chipping away. You know, we've got the lead to 4. Feels like not much. Yeah. I'll have to look at the splits again to see if I still want to justify Salazar against lefties. Oh, Brennan. No, Brooks Lee, our old friend. Foul out to left. We're okay. Uh, Ponce gets it down. That's going to score one. No, they all held up. Fair enough. All right. Caldara, buddy. Brennan Wooler's entire stat line depends on if you can get Jacob Melton. He could not. So they get one in. 7-2. And he strikes out Carson Williams at least. Could have been worse. Could have been better. Could have been worse. Two men aboard. Swing and miss. Screw it. Double steal. We're down by 5. Who cares? And they got Jet. Tracks. That tracks. That was probably a double play ball anyway. Sorry, Caldara. You're just going to have to eat this, buddy. All right. 1 run scores. He gets the double play, though. And a nothing for us in the 9th. Yeah. I mean, Shane's here. We have that team option after this season. I want to keep him because I think he can be good. But the problem I'm running into is very similar to like John Klein's problem, where like right now his fastball is playing great. His slider and allegedly his curve are playing great. However, his changeup is horrendous. He's in the first percentile of his off speed stuff. His sinker never developed. So right now he is a 2 pitch pitcher with declining velo who can't strike guys out, which isn't great. And I hate the idea of keeping him for 1 more year, especially if we're losing Jared Jones. Because right now, assuming Detmers signs his contract extension, next year's rotation has Detmers, John Klein, and Lanzosa, which isn't the worst skeleton to work off of. Hey, Detmers has signed his extension. Is it an overpay? Yeah, probably. But we saved 70% of the first two of essentially, we saved quick math, we're paying like 816. So we saved about 16 million for the first 2 years. And either we're paying Reed Detmers for 2 years, 88, or 3 years and 129 or whatever it is, which I don't think is the end of the world. I highly doubt we get to a point in 2036 where, like, you know what? Yeah, let's keep Detmers around 1 more year. I don't think we're at that point. The fan, increases slightly. Thanks, fans. Thanks for your appreciation. All right, scouts still working through the list. They can take their time on that one. All right, we'll sim the finale against the Rays with Lanzusa on the mound. Ow. So he gave up 5 hits, 3 walks, gets pulled immediately. Lumpkins comes in, gives up 4. And the AI had him hit his fastball velos in the first. Don't worry about it. Yandere gave up 2, which hurts. Ashby gave 2 scoreless. He also walked. What's his walk number? 6.7 per 9. Aaron. And literally, one of the reasons we signed him was because he decreased his walk numbers so much with the Giants. Yeah. I mean, listen, due to injuries and otherwise, like, I don't really have anyone in AAA to replace him. So here we are. All right. It is the Royals who are now bottom of the division. They're 11 games under 500, so they're done. Good luck with them. I'm going to play, I think, games 1 and 2. Oh, it's Jackson, Florida again. Oh, good. I was so desperate for Eduardo is cold. I don't care. He's hitting out of it. How'd Florida do against us last time? 6 1/3, 3 runs. All right. I'm going to give Walker the day off. Beltre can take left because McCombs is coming back, I think, after this series. So we're going to have some pretty tough decisions. Jared, thank you. And I need him to go deep into games because right now my bullpen is my 2 setup guys and Keckering. I didn't even realize the AI made Ashby pitch over 40 pitches. Oh God. To be fair, there is an argument that when McCombs comes back, I give him a rehab assignment, send down either Beltre or Williams, and add another bullpen arm for a month. Probably wouldn't be for a month, but still. Culpepper K's, Keishel, swing and a miss. Well, we're on the board. Will it be enough? Probably not. Bobby Witt's on second for Ricardo. I'm scared. I was right to be scared. Bobby Witt holds up, so the double play gets us out of this. Never mind. They get the steal on Eduardo. What's Eduardo's runner thrown out percentage? 25. Okay. That's about my threshold of you suck. Royals do tie it up. We get DeLauder to pop up, though. All is okay in the world. All right, clean fifth from Jared. Beltre's on second. Come on, Keishel. There we go. Like, there's a good hitter in there somewhere. I just think it's unfortunate that with Keishel, like, he does not have a defensive position right now. I'm almost tempted to move him to the outfield, but I tried that last year and it went horribly. So here I am. Gonzalez gets it down. Run, Keishel. And he gets home. Wasted throw because Gonzalez took second. Jimenez, Cade. Yeah, Jimenez is definitely looking more human this season. Strella pops it up. All right, Jared, I need you to get me the 6, buddy. Like, I don't have the bullpen for this. There we go. Quick line out is nice. Cardo flies out to center. I don't much care that it moved with, or Parker, I should say, excuse me. Patterson, don't hit a home run. Good man. See, if Jared Jones can give me that, I might extend the guy. All right. Caldar for the 7th, Gurst for the 8th, Keckering for the 9th. That is my plan. Let's see if it succeeds. Richard. Double play, Shirley. Whew, okay. Because I really don't want the lineup to flip to Hasagawa. And he gets Drew Jones. How is Drew Jones done in this save? Not good. That answers that question. He was an everyday starter for them last year, and he had a 582 OPS. He's just so good defensively that it made his WAR positive. It's kind of funny. All right. Gerst will get the 8th. No insurance runs for us because who needs it? Landon. That's going to land. I don't really want Keckering to try for a 4-out save. Well, that is that as Gerst gives up a bases clearing triple. Ow. 3 runs, two of them earned. Who had the error so I can yell at somebody? Holliday. Dog. I can't stress enough how he is technically our best rated defender. All right, Keckering. It's going to need a 5-out save if we manage to tie it up. Never mind. He gives up a 2-run shot. There goes that. Yeah. Caldara did his job. Gurst got popped. Keckering gave up the home run. That's one we should have won. McCombs comes back after this series. Fair enough. All right, we got about 10 draft prospects left, which will be good timing. All right, so Estrella is getting the day off as we platoon him for his injury. So Jet Williams will take second. I'm letting Jimenez hit through it. Like on paper, we have no better hitter. He's DHing, so I don't need to worry about any like defensive woes. You got this, Reed. You just signed a new contract extension, so surely that means you'll give me. Well, down by 3. Ethan Holliday is cold. Lovely. I could throw Durbin back in the. I think I will actually have Durbin be our starter again at third. Ah. Sorry, Reed, but I kind of need you to get me the outs here. Beautiful throw from Eduardo. All right. Yandere coming in. Great outing from Detmers. Completely wasted by poor hitting and the fact that our bullpen is just fundamentally forgotten how to hit the baseball or throw the baseball. I think my decision to send Yandere down to AAA at the beginning of the year has been vindicated by how bad he's been in this stretch. All right, and then the 8th. Yeah, it's early. Trying to love, but here we are. Yep. We had 3 hits, 2 walks the whole day. 2 of them were Culpepper. All 3 runs. Keishel had 2 errors at first. How many errors did he have all of last season at first base? 5. And he just got 2 in his 9th game. Yikes. We should be sweeping the Royals. Instead, we need a win to salvage literally anything from this series. All right. All-Star voting update. Yeah, Detmers is still in, but no one else. Which is fair. Can't argue with that. We're going to sim the finale. Man, we're swept. Unbelievable. John Klein gave up 4. Wohlers gave up 2. His ERA is now 4.60. Yeah, so I think him being a closer is pretty dead in the water. So Jimenez has 1 hit in his last 23 at bats. When does McCombs come back? Tomorrow. Who's on the mound? Shane Baz. He's got this. Good man. 5-0 win against the White Sox. Jimenez had a home run. Good for him. Lantigua with 3 hits. 6 scoreless from Shane. Rojas got the hold. Goodness gracious me. Gurst gets the save. Oh, they have Dre Jameson. Did I have Dre Jameson at one point? No. I don't know what I'm imagining. All right. So McCombs is back. I think the simplest solution is we just give him a rehab assignment, kick the can down the road, but I don't think that really helps us. Beltray back to AAA is probably the move, but the problem with doing that is, do I give Lantigua less ABs? I don't love that idea. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's been bad in center field, but I think McCombs has been worse. Like his, so it's 45 starts, -2.6 zone, 165 range, and -1.7 arm. McCombs in center. Oh no, he was in right. That's right. That's right. Walker was in center. I could just move. Well, wait. Actually, how was he last season? Quite worse. I could just not start McCombs. That is also an option. Just have him be a backup. I don't hate that idea. I mean, the power was still kind of there this season. He was on pace for a lot more doubles, home runs, not so much. Yeah, I think we'll keep it simple for now. Beltray can go down to AAA. How many option years he has left? One. All right. McCombs can come back, and I think McCombs will just be the new. I think Walker back up center field. McCombs to back up the corners, and then he can be our pinch hitter. I think Ethan Holliday is going to go back to the bench. Durbin's going to take third going forward. Yeah. We just copy that, paste it over. All right. Is there anyone that's hitting against lefties that should not be? Yeah, Eduardo. So Salazar, obviously, that's what I had before. McCombs has been horrendous against lefties. I mean, Jet Williams hadn't been bad, but like, do I put him at third and have both Durbin and Holliday coming off the bench? That seems a little silly. And I don't think I'm really looking for reasons to give Jet Williams more ABs right now. Yeah. I think that's the solution there. When does Craig get back? 5 days. Yeah, and then him coming back is very simple. Yandere, who has one option year left. I might honestly waive and DFA him to get him off the 40 man. Bit of a shame. All right. Let us play game 2 of the series against the White Sox. Lanzosa on the mound. I mean, yeah, McCombs is going to play. I'm going to have McCombs in center for this game. I think Walker, he's just not a center fielder. I think I've tried too many times to make it work, and it just hasn't. How do I want to do this? McCombs 6, tight 7, Durbin Williams. So Estrella, Lantigua, Holiday on my bench. I'm okay with that. All right, let's rock. Lanzusa, who is ice cold, don't worry about it. That means he's due. That's definitely how that works, right? All right, Keisha's on second. Gabe. I think also the benefit of having McCombs back is we get a decent amount of power back in our lineup, especially with Jimenez being actually ice cold right now. Clean second. All right. Durbin with a nice leadoff double. Chet Williams gets it down in left. Very good, sir. Culpepper gets it down. We're moving. Look at my infielders. The outfielders are struggling. The infielders take over. Look at us go. Keishel hits it into the mist, and it hits the wall. The failed dive from Ruiz. If you could see that ball coming down, more power to you. I could not locate that thing to save my life. I guess the Sturry's range, his range is only a 55. Seems a touch low for him, but I'm not going to question it. Gabe Gonzalez to keep it going. He gets it down. All right. Now we're just having fun. 3-0. Jimenez. It's it back to the pitcher for the fielder's choice. I think I might give him a day off in game 3 of this series. Even though I really don't want to, but I don't know why the right fielder didn't get that ball, but I'm not going to question it. Combs K's. And Eduardo grounds out. So we get 4 runs. Bat around. I'll take that and like it. But also Lanzosa. Double play. Oh, you could have made it to second in time there. And Lanzusa walks their ice cold 170 batting average having DH. Why would you go home there? Huh? Neither of those runners looked like they were out on the animation, but who am I to question? All right, Lanzusa gets me 5. That's honestly just going to have to be enough. All right, Jimenez, come on, buddy. 2 men on, no outs. Into center, caught. Man. That was good running from Keishel because that ball wasn't that deep. And it matters not anyway. All right. Pretty good from Lanzusa. 5 scoreless, 4 hits, 2 walks, 4 Ks. Lumpkins gets the 6th clean. And the 7th will go Caldara for the 8th. Good man. Jimenez walks. I mean, he's still walking at least. Hitting the baseball, that's out of the question. Walker hits it into center. That's going to land. Jimenez did not go on contact, but it won't matter. Poor Astro Ruiz. He's not having a good day at center. That's the second time the play-by-play has called him out for having bad defense. Holmes into center. No luck there. We'll pinch hit for Eduardo here. Give Salazar the bat. And he struck out on 3 pitches. At least Durbin hit the ball. Didn't hit it hard, didn't hit it very well, but at least he hit it. All right, hey, Salazar will catch. Ideally, Caldara can just give me this 9th. The ideal has not happened. He is allowed 2 runs. Bring on the close. Good man. All right, Keckering gets the save. Caldara got popped there, which is rough because he's been really good. ERA wise. Whip wise, 1.88, 432 BABIP. I see the concern. But we survived the scare, get the win. Really happy with that. That should break Linzusa out of his cold spell, which is very much needed. All right, game three. Brad Keller, 36. I thought he was older. All right, so I'm going to give Jimenez the day off. I will have probably Gabe DH. Yeah. So Gonzalez is going to DH. I'm going to move these guys up one. McCombs will take right. All right, Jared Jones looking to have back-to-back good starts. Or back-to-back-to-back, really. Oh, boy. Well, there goes that. That plan has died immediately, and he's given up 6 runs. And he's still getting hammered. Folks, it's not going well. It really is feast or famine with him. Yeah, Antigua at least got that, but it's going to advance 2 of them. I mean, dude, you just got to give me the outs. Already got Romero. Oh, look, our old friend Trey Morgan. How's he been doing? He'll be doing pretty good with them, to his credit. And that was always the thing with Trey Morgan is really he only had value as a starter. And the 2 years he was a backup for us were his worst. His best 2 years was when he started, and then when we traded him, he just fell off a cliff. I'll let him face his old teammate. Struck him out. All right. Well, that's it for Jared Jones. All 7 runs earned. All 7 runs earned. Yep. Conley early, buddy. You just, dude. I might trade him. Like, I don't know what has happened to Conley early, but he has just, he's killing me. He really is killing me. Ashby. Oh, brother. Oh, brother. Well, if you're going to have every, reliever blow up, might as well get it all out of the way in a single game. 14? Dog. Brendan Wooler's ERA is a 5. Oh, what do you want me to do here, man? Hey, we have runners in scoring position. 14-0 is grim. Yay! We hit the baseball. Oh, and then the air. Well, at least we didn't get shut out 14-0. All right, Lantigua, give me a 3-run shot. You walked him because you wanted McCombs to get the grand slam. Nope. I mean, yeah, that sucked. No part of that was good. We lost 14-1. Jones gave up 7. Early Ashby 2, or early in Woolers 2, Ashby 3. It's a yikes. Well, good thing we have the day off. And all those guys can get their stamina back. I've had a lot of days off recently, which makes me very scared for August and September. Oh no. Well, Lenzusa loses some potential. Gerst improved, but Wyland Moss, he's done. He's done. Oh man, he was so good. He just kept getting hurt. Jesse Gonzalez also. Yeah, I think Jesse Gonzalez was a miss, which is unfortunate. I mean, even when, because what draft was he? He was 2029. So we drafted him on this scouting report, which I think was still the correct decision because he had 75 potential contact, 60 potential eye. Defensively was really good. The defense has actually improved, but the eye is just cratered. So even though the contact has turned into exactly like as good as we thought it would be, like he never walks. He has 3 walks in 92 plate appearances. Or no, excuse me. Oh yes, no, that is true. Like, and again, he never has a role. Like he doesn't have a role in the majors because Luke Keishla's here, Willie Estrella's here. Like it's just kind of where we're at. Mid-season review goals. I don't want to talk to you right now. Extend pitching coach or hitting coach? Hitting coach. I think the answer is yes for an extension. The relationships with most of the hitters I care about are good. The average with Estrella and Culpepper is a little rough. Robinson, our pitching coach. I might get rid of both of them, to be honest. Top 100 prospect list. Duggar is 4. Our first round pick from 2 drafts ago. Move up to 4. Is he ready for the FSL? No, not really. I mean, he is 20, but we really need to see that current improvement. I mean, to be fair, he had 11 starts last year, 9 this year so far. I'm not too worried about the slider being terrible because his curveball is going to be elite. Changeup's about the same, and his cutter is perfectly serviceable. I think the main concern is his control is going to need some development. But so if that stuff takes a hit, could be in trouble. Detmer's got pitcher of the month for June. 4-1 record in 5 starts, 117 ERA. Shout out to Master Chief. 30 innings pitched, 38 Ks, 198 opponent batting average. I mean, yeah, like extending Detmers was always a correct decision. If it's an overpay, so be it. But he is our ace without question. Sal Roque in high A doing work. Is he ready for Texas League? No, which is very depressing. I think Sal Roque, if we can get his development nailed, like he could be our future ace. But I'm really worried about calling him up. Like, don't get me wrong, he is too good for high A. Like, his stuff is too good. However, his individual ratings are not. So the stuff is just seeing him through, which is why I don't really want to promote him too soon. All right. I think this will be the last series we do against Cleveland. And then I think off stream, I will do the Blue Jay series, the White Sox series, and then we'll pick up here next time. So, did I have a lot of off days in June? Yes. Well, this was the suspended game. So, 1, then 2. Yeah, I mean, July, you don't really get off days because the All Star break. That's going to be rough. We have a 3. So, we have 3, 7, 10 games in a row here. 6-9 is fine. 6. When's our first off day in September? Oh, that's bad. I mean, we get September 1st off. If we didn't, it would have been biblical. That's going to be rough, especially if the Tigers are back in it. Oh, man, we play games in October. I hate when that happens. All right. Let's play this series against the Guardians. I think we'll play game one against with the Reed Detmers on the mound. I'll let Jimenez play. Does Culpepper also I feel like has played like every dang day. And he's been so red hot. So I don't really want to move him to the bench. Walker's been hitting the ball well. I think at this point Lane Tigua kind of just is the guy. McCombs is 0 for 8 with 5K since coming back. Don't worry about it. All right, Reed Detmer's on the mound. My bullpen is in pretty good shape. Hopefully we won't need to use too much of it. 2 men aboard. Sergio, come on. Hits it into center. That'll drop. Yeah, unfortunately, that is the one downside of Keishel 2, Gabe 3, is that neither of them are very quick. And so Sergio's opportunities for RBIs are lessened a little bit. You got this, Reed. See? Guardo's on second. Culpepper gets it down in center. The hot streak continues. Very good. I mean, hey, if Culpepper's going to regress defensively, the least he can do is have the best offensive season of his career. I think that's how that works, right? Right? Guardians tied up, but we have men on the corners. It matters not. Lantigua struck out. Nothing in the fourth or the fifth. Runners at the corners, and they're starting to get to Reed. Churrio hits it hard to short. Oh, remember what I said about Culpepper regressing defensively? Case in point. You want to bunt again with 2 strikes, please? All right, that'll be it for Detmers. Not his best outing. It'll look a lot worse if these guys score. There we go. Eduardo with the throw down. Jose Ramirez walked. Man, his ratings aren't even that bad at age 39, which is like, if you told like anyone would take that, but he's just completely fallen off a cliff. Vargas hits it into center. Lantigua's there. All right. So Detmers' stat line won't look too terrible. Clean 7th. That'll be it for him. We'll go Yandre for the 8th. It should be caught right. Right. Can he get Suero? Back to the pitch. When the tale of Yandre Rojas' career is told, the fact that he was probably our 3rd best reliever for 2 years will stun the masses. All right, we're going right to Gerst to face Bobby Vargas and his 400 on base percentage. Yeah, I saw that coming. What a laser throw! It got Suero. The camera just decided not to flip to show it, but it happened. I was there. 2 men on. Lantigua. Swing and a miss. His left on base number is going to be pretty bad. And they scored 2 more runs on Gerst because, of course. Yeah, that's 2 blowups in his last 3 outings, and his ERA is still not at a 3. Yeah. Not great by any stretch of the imagination. I think we will sim game two with John Klein on the mound. We take it 3-2 in 11 as Jimenez hit the walk-off single to win it. Oh boy. 6 bullpen guys had to be used. Rojas ends up getting the win. Oh, Keckering blew the save in the ninth. Lovely. Pretty good from Klein. I'm fine with that. All right, so Correa is back. I think really the only question worth asking is, do I end the Aaron Ashby experiment now or just send Rojas back down to AAA? And I think the answer is just send Rojas back down to AAA. Yeah. I'm going to waive and DFA him. I doubt anyone claims him because he's only rated at a 40. Like his expected ERA is a 2.16, but just, I mean, there is a great deal of unluckiness, but at the end of the day, his pitches are just not getting any run value. His BABIP is a 380. Can't do it. Can't do it. All right. Correa will return. And then do I want to keep Cowdar as a setup man? I think I do. Have Correa joined the middle relief group. Jose Ramirez got 2,500 hits. Good for him. All-star voting update. Willie Estrella is now third amongst first basemen. I don't think that'll get him in, though. Reed Detmers is 2 amongst pitchers. That is it there. All right. Let us play the rubber match against the Guardians. Think I'm going to give Lantigua a day off. Jacob McCombs will take center. And then, what are you unhappy about, Durbin? All right, I can't see it on the screen. Hold, please. His performance, okay. My concern was it was going to be his role, but since he didn't start for a bit. Oh, great. Now, because I clicked morale last, I can't see how healthy people are. It's kind of funny. All right, let's rock and roll. Shane Baz on the mound for the rubber match. Culpepper's on second. Jimenez struck out. Ah, Guardians score 3. Looks like we're getting bad Shane Baz today. Gonzalez gets it down. The right fielder, listen, jogging is beneath him. But I'm not going to run on him because his arm is a 75. Jimenez deep into left. Caught at the track. What could have been? Oh, boy. Yeah. Unfortunately, in one of the bigger series of the season, 2 of our 3 starters just complete, complete implosion. That should be caught. And it is. How's our bullpen looking? Not great, if I'm being honest. All right, Shane got me the 6. That helps. So we're going to go early and figure the rest out after that. But for now, Jimenez is on second. Walker Jenkins hits it 50 feet and grounds out. All right. Not great from Shane. Rather unfortunate. We'll go early now for the 7th. Connolly, dude. Oh, McCombs is hurt. How bad? 2 days. All right, he's fine. think we'll have Jet Williams come in as the pinch runner, and I'll figure out the defense after this. Culpepper struck out. Keishel grounded out. All right. So defensively speaking, we're going to pull Keishel. Jet's going to go to second. Lantigua will come in and take center. That keeps us pretty okay defensively. The pitching side of things, however, dog. Like, you can't simultaneously demand a bajillion dollars in arbitration and just have this happen time and time again. I'll get Correa going. Wild pitch. They don't move, thankfully. And he got Lara. I'm not having Correa deal with this. Either early gets him or he doesn't. Nope. All right, he's in the red. I'll pull him. Correa, good luck. First game back from injury, gives up a 3-run shot. Fair play. Fair enough. Gonzalez swung at a pitch that looked like it hit him. I'm going to pinch hit for Sergio with Caleb Durbin. You know what? At least he hit the ball. All right. Craig, can you give me the ninth, please? Good man. Jet Williams and Salazar are aboard. Ethan Holliday hits it into left. No dice. Man, Lara was shifted over to left center, wasn't he? That was crazy. Culpepper K's. Yeah, I mean, that was just complete dom. I mean, to be fair, we had 8 hits, so we should have had runs. But Culpepper left 5 men on. Keishel and Jimenez left 4. Shane got popped early. Like, I don't think I can trade him at the deadline because he only has a 40 overall potential and he's making 11.2 million. However, unless he improves mightily over the latter half of the season, I don't think we're bringing him back because his arbitration projection is like 16, I believe. Yeah, it's 16 million, which is ludicrous. But here we are. Oh, Michael Treadway out for the season. Very sad. All right, let's advance the day. Get that taken care of. All right. So this is where I will end. I think the last thing I'll do, because we have a chance to get one more scout in, I think. Because, yeah, we have pretty good knowledge of all the 50 guys. Yeah, we're looking okay. Let's now look. How many are in the 40 to 45 contingent? That's what I figured. That guy's just what a profile. Yeah, I think I'll just look at the 45, 50 guys again. Because this scout probably won't get done in a week, but will give us pretty good idea on a lot of guys. All right, that is where I will leave off. We started the stream at 28 and 28. We finish 41 and 41. So quite a bit average. I think our offense definitely poor. and we don't really have that many fixes. I think at this point, Jacob McCombs is just going to have to come off the bench, and we're going to see what we have in Lantigua. I don't really think we'll be sellers at the deadline because, I mean, the Guardians are starting to run away with things, but the wild card is still kind of a mess. I think areas of improvement. I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a fifth starter and send either Lanzusa back down to AAA or just trade Jared Jones. I don't hate that idea. Bullpen. I mean, Aaron Ashby is definitely gone at the end of July, so we're going to need someone to replace him. Whether or not Keckering stays the closer, I'm a little iffy. He's blown 3 saves in effectively as many months, which I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if it makes much of a difference if I have Gerst be the closer, but we'll figure that out. Lineup wise, I think the starters are fairly locked in. I think the big question is Caleb Durbin or Ethan Holliday down the stretch at third. Durbin, I mean, I doubt he has a trade market. I would be very surprised considering how much he's making. Tell me about Steve Pope, reliever. They have him in AAA. He is about to be 25 years old, no control whatsoever. He has the potential to have some very nice stuff. Prevent BAPIP is a little shaky. I mean, he's walking 5.6 guys per nine. I mean, I don't hate it. I do not hate it. Danny Springer, I have a lot of guys like him. Arrington Mendez. I don't hate it. However, he feels like a carbon copy of Lanzusa. Yeah. I think he's a little bit better than Lanzusa right now, obviously, but functionally, it's like, would you rather have slightly better prevent BABIP control or better home run rate? I think I would probably just take Lanzusa at that point. So comes a little redundant. I mean, I don't hate Steve Coates, but I don't know. That control is just terrifying. Is there a market for Jet Williams? No. And that was definitely more expected. Yeah, it's all salary dump in return. Like, and that's the annoying thing. Like on paper, Jet Williams should work. He has an above average, I would say average bat, potential to be above average, speed demon. However, defensively, for whatever reason, he is really bad at second base. And that more or less takes him out of most runnings. Honestly, I don't know if the move was acquiring soon to be 34-year-old Mason Miller, who has not closed a single game this season. That might be kind of a swing for the fences move. Mick Abel is being offered, but I don't really think that's worth it. 41-year-old Kevin Gausman, who we destroyed for 11 hits and 7 runs. I don't think so. They're offering DeLauder. He's making 20.8, so he'd need to start, and I'd have to put him in left, and that means I'd move Walker again. That's not worth it. 38-year-old Edwin Diaz. One last ride with him. He's barely played this year. Has he been hurt? Yep. Oblique strain, missed 5 weeks. Reacquire Tyler Freeman? Nah. So yeah, I think infield really it's a question of who plays third base down the stretch. Obviously, if we end up trading Caleb Durbin, that issue solves itself. I think realistically, we're not going to extend Durbin. Yeah, no, he wants 3 years, 40 million. We're not doing that. So really, it becomes a question of do we want to give Ethan Holliday all the third base reps or find somebody else to take it? I think Holiday's bat just is not at the point I thought it was, and that's a little disappointing. Outfield, it's Walker Jenkins, it's Lantigua, it's Gabe Gonzalez. I think with Walker, I don't really want to trade him. Do I have a shop player available? I do. If I just wanted prospects for Walker, I mean, there is a market. Good God. This guy has bust written all over him. I mean, I know he has four good pitches, but his control right now is a 25. His movement is going to need like 2 years, maybe, to get to its potential. They already have this kid in AAA. Nah, I think if we trade, hold on. So, first of all, ignore his current numbers. He should not be in high end. Like, he is not ready for high end. I don't even know if he's ready. Yeah, he's not even ready for the FSL. This kid should be in rookie. 18 years old. Fastball, slider, changeup. I don't hate it. What else would they want for Ibarra? Mm. Oh, Tippett's hurt again? That guy's going to be the death of me. Don't want to give up Lantigua. Don't really want to give up Jones. I could give up. No, I think with Jared Jones, we're taking it down to the wire. I like Ibarra. I don't know if I like him enough to give up on Walker Jenkins. But like I'm not giving Walker Jenkins 77 million. I can't do that. He's also regressed in left field. His arm is better. He's also in the middle of a red hot streak. Or do I give up Jones? I can't trade a starter. I have no reinforcements. All right, let's play this out to somewhere I would like. I acknowledge this is almost a 3-hour episode, so apologies for that. I need a starter. I need another. He's 25. No. Wow. All right, so the Dodgers farm system has certainly seen better days. Good God. What a profile that is, huh? They don't have prospects. I doubt they'd give me Burns. I like Burns a lot. I don't like him enough to give up Duggar. Yeah, no. I want to give up Burns. They certainly won't give up Ravello. You never know. Yeah, I didn't think so. Gonzalez, they like. Yeah, they just want Duggar. Like, they don't have the added on prospects. Gomez? I could get Roberto Gomez. Greg Gonzalez, I might prefer more. Moving back to a starter, his stuff would take a hit, though. Never mind. Who's on their active roster? Who do you got? Who's pitching? Bryce Miller, Patrick, Wanabe, Devin Joyce. They got Roki bullpen full time, looks like. How much is Logan Webb making? 38? No. Bryce Miller? 28. Patrick. Patrick's only making 6, though he's effectively Jared Jones. All right, so to get both Chuk, Aviles, I'm not trading. Asiano, I don't want to trade. Um, Roca, no. Zapata, no. So it would be Chuk, Miko Chuk. I want Gonzalez too. Yeah, they like Gonzalez more than Gomez. Throw in. Ah, they just do not have prospects. Vinny Ramos. Okay, they like Ramos. Rendon. Do I want Rendon? Eh, you know what? Sure. Hisiano, no. I don't know if I want Rendon this badly. I could just give up Alan Mills. Or Zapata. I'll do Zapata. That's the deal. Done. Walker Jenkins traded to the evil empire. It is done. Walker Jenkins has been sent to the Dodgers. We will always have his magnificent 2030. However, in the year and a half since, didn't have it offensively. Defensively, took a step back also. We send him to the Dodgers along with Michael Chuk, a pitching prospect with good movement, not much else, and Alvaro Zapata, 16-year-old, decent stuff, no control to speak of. Definitely a reliever long term. In exchange, we get Jose Ibarra, who I like as a starter. Also, without question, needs to be in rookie ball. Without question. He's not ready yet for the professional ranks. Roberto Gomez, very similar. Let me get a fresh scout on him, as well as Antonio Rendon. Get a fresh scout on him also. Decent looking outfield prospect. Probably above average bat if he defends. We'll see how that plays. And then with Walker Jenkins out the door, Alex Mojica, our top prospect, is going to make his triumphant return to the majors. And he is going to be our starting left fielder for the rest of the season. We're going to see what we got with him. That is kind of going to ruin chance for him to win Rookie of the Year next year, but I'm functionally okay with that. Then he will take the reins there. So end of an era, Walker Jenkins traded 2032. Is that the beginning of a fire sale? Who can say? But that is it for this episode. Did not think that last 15 minutes would take place. So about a 3-hour long episode. Apologies in advance for the length. But that is it. And we'll pick up next time essentially with the MLB draft. I will play through this series against the Blue Jays and this one against the White Sox. We'll see where we're at. We'll start next episode, which will be tomorrow, the 19th, with the draft, and maybe get through the trade deadline all in one episode. We'll see. But I thank you all for watching. See you next time.